Primary election day quiet across the metro, but candidates hoping every vote counts in their favor. Want to start with the House of Representatives Congressional District 2 race. On the Democratic side, Congressman Bennie Thompson declared the winner of that primary tonight. With more than 50% of the votes counted, Congressman Thompson has nearly 90% of that vote. 16 WAPT's Brooklyn Joyner is live outside the congressman's office in Bolton for us tonight. Brooklyn.
Megan, that's right. When Congressman Thompson learned the news, the first thing he did was thank his supporters. He was surrounded by food and people who voted for him. To give you some background about who Congressman Thompson is, he spent more than 30 years in Congress, and he also is a part of the U.S. Homeland Security Committee. He's done that for 2 terms, and he even investigated the January 6th attack on the Capitol. He was being publicly criticized by his opponent, 34-year-old Evan Turnage, who was saying that a more youthful change is needed within the Democratic Party. But Congressman Thompson argued that he has always been a productive advocate for his constituents, and he will continue to do that.
Let me thank the voters of the 2nd District who gave me this victory tonight. It's one that we worked hard for. The issues are the issues, and the issues that pertain to this district are the issues that I've always worked on behalf of, and my record reflects that.
Thompson says he is eager to return to Washington to continue to support his constituents, and he says the first thing he wants to do is get President Donald Trump in check, who he says declared a war without consulting with Congress, which is unconstitutional. I'm live here in Bolton. Brooklyn Joyner, 16 WAPT News. Back to you.
All right, Brooklyn, thank you. Congressman Thompson faced Evan Turnage and Curtis Williams.
That's right, and Turnage was the clear runner-up. 16 WAPT's Kendall Jones has been at his watch party at the Heights by Urban Foxes in Jackson. Kendall, Turnage has conceded that race tonight.
Troy, Megan, while Turnage has conceded in this race, he says the fight is far from over. His family, friends, and other supporters came out one more time to celebrate Turnage in his campaign. He faced incumbent Bennie Thompson for the Democratic nomination of the 2nd Congressional District seat. Turnage says that he accepts the results.
I attempted to call the congressman to congratulate him on his victory. The people have spoken. That's democracy. I accept the results, and he's going to be the congressman for another 2 years. I could not be prouder of the race that we ran. I could not be prouder of all of our supporters who came out.
Turnage also says that he will be going back into nonprofit work. Live in Jackson, Kendall Jones, 16 WAPT News.
All right, Kendall, thank you. On the Republican side of the 2nd Congressional District race, Kevin Wilson gathered with supporters watching results come in Martin's in downtown Jackson. He currently serves as the Adams County Board of Supervisors president. Wilson campaigned on practical leadership, economic opportunity, and accountability. Ron Eller, the other Republican candidate in the 2nd Congressional District primary, he watched results from Beethoven's Boardwalk in Bridgeland tonight. Eller is an Army veteran and has 2 decades of experience in the healthcare field. We'll give you a look at those numbers as they stand right now. Kevin Wilson in the lead tonight. Still more than half of the precincts left to be counted, though, this evening.